Okay, court calls our next case of the day. This is the Department of Family and Protective Services versus Jennifer Lux and Stephen Schaefer. This is cause number DCFL 24378. This case is pending in Caldwell County, Texas. Today's date is January 8, 2025. This case is being done today in a virtual courtroom while I'm here in the courthouse here in Gonzales, Texas. We had a docket earlier this morning here. Now we're doing this one case here in Caldwell County. So these proceedings are being live streamed in accordance with the Texas Open Courts Act. We are set today in the court's docket for the department's petition for orders in aid of investigation. If we have announcements first, please, we'll start with you, Ms. Sexton.
Cynthia Sexton for the department.
Okay, Ms. Lux, if you can tell us your name, please.
Jennifer Lux, Mom.
Okay, the court also notes that we have a couple of representatives today with us from the Department of Family and Protective Services. So, Ms. Sexton, if you'll tell me what it is the department is seeking today.
Yes, sir. The department has filed a petition for aid in investigation. It's my understanding that there are 3 children involved in this case. The oldest is currently on juvenile probation, and we are asking for the court to allow us to interview all 3 children, and also, Your Honor, for all 3 children to get their have access to their medical and mental health records.
You want the children to have access, or you want the department to have access to their mental health?
I would like the department to have access, Your Honor. Thank you.
And his dad isn't able to, it's telling him he has to register. What?
Ms. Lux, I'm not sure what the issue is. Did you have to register to get in today?
No, it just had me put my name and stuff in it, but he's not as tech savvy as I am, so I don't know. Okay. I'll just
Okay, so Ms. Lux, the department, based upon what they're telling me today, is seeking 2 things from you and the children's father. They want an opportunity to be able to interview each of the 3 children, which I believe are, as well as have access to their mental health records. Before we get into any evidence about, why, in fact, they need that, if they do need that, I just want to check with you first to see if this is something you're agreeable to, or if you're opposed to them having one or both of those items.
I'm opposed to that.
Okay, then that's all I need to know at this point. So, Ms. Sexton, do you have a witness to put on in order to meet your burden, show the court why these items are necessary?
Yes, sir. I'd like to. My first witness would be Ms. Lux.
Okay, Ms. Lux, you've been identified and called as the first witness. If you will raise your right hand for me so I can give you an oath. You swear the testimony you're going to provide in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You may put your hand down. Go ahead, Ms. Sexton.
Thank you. And Ms. Lux, can you please state your name for the record?
Jennifer Lux.
And can you please state the names of your children? And are you currently employed?
Yes.
And where are you employed?
You don't need to know that.
Objection, non-responsive.
Okay, Ms. Lux, please just answer the question for us.
Manor ISD.
And what do you do at Manor ISD?
I'm a SPED teacher.
Special education teacher?
Yes. I don't see how that's relevant at all. Okay, is it frozen or what? That's weird. What did it do?
It looks like they may have.
Let's wait till the judge comes back. Everybody will just be on pause for a brief second.
And Miss Stacy, Steven's going to be calling in a number, he said, because for whatever reason, it's not letting him on, so he's just going to call. I don't know.
We'll let the judge handle that. He's back. He's on mute. We'll wait for him.
All right.
Okay, sorry for the issue. I guess we're having technical problem here. Everyone should be coming back in. I believe that not only have I have now joined, that Mr. Steven Schaefer is now joined as well as, let's see. Looks like we still don't have Miss Sexton with us, so we'll wait a minute, see if Miss Sexton joins again. Thank you for being patient. Mr. Schaefer, please take off your hat, sir. Okay, we're waiting for one of our attorneys, or the department's attorney, to rejoin us. Okay, we're still waiting for Miss Sexton to rejoin us. I'm not sure what the technical issue is, but thank you again for being patient. We're going to try to get started again quickly. Okay, Miss Sexton, it looks like you're back with us, even though looks like you're in the dark. So let me move.
Sorry,
you.
I'm in a room with lights on and a window in the back, so
Okay.
I don't know how to get to any lighter.
Okay, so when we left off, my Zoom froze. I think you were asking Miss Lux where she worked. She told us that she was a special education teacher at Manor ISD, and then after that, I think everybody froze up. The court also notes that Mr. Schaefer is now with us. So, Miss Sexton, whenever you're ready, you may again proceed.
Thank you. And Miss Lux, your son is on juvenile probation, is that correct?
Yes.
What is he on probation for?
He brought a weed pen to school, and he took the car without permission. He's hanging out with the wrong crowd. He goes and sees his probation officer all the time. Her name is Donna Moore. Call her. He's failed one drug test. Other than that, he's completed all his counseling. He's done all his community service for that. He has done everything that he needed to do. He got released from counseling from that, which is why I told the school that he did not need to talk to a counselor there, and here we are. So, yeah.
Okay, so I understand we're getting calls or referrals from the school saying that he is making threatening to commit suicide.
Okay. Well, just got diagnosed with ADHD, ODD, and defiance disorder. Sometimes he says things without thinking. The school already knows this. He's always been like that. It's not something that we are concerned with because we know how he actually is. I've already told the school this, and they wanted him to talk to one of their counselors, which, as his parent, I do not have to let him. The school and I have been battling it out. I'm not too happy with them as it is. So I think this whole thing could be a retaliation thing, but it is what it is. Has, like I said, already completed his counseling. He's very, if he doesn't want to talk to you, he's not going to talk to you. You can't get him to open up. He is very particular about who he will or will not talk to, which is why I have not had him talk to the counselor there. I did have him talk to a counselor, Chad, who actually emailed me. He's actually the one who made the report, and I have that email right here. He said that he did call CPS because he was told about what Tanner had said, but he did not know that Tanner had already had a safety plan in place because he is into MSTS, which is a program that he just graduated from on Monday, which is another counseling thing. I've seen several counselors, and in this email, this guy, his name's Chad, he's at Lockhart. He's saying that there is not, what is it? He is not.
Objection, hearsay.
How's a hearsay when I have the email right here, like from him?
Miss Lux, objection's been made. The objection will be sustained because it's an out-of-court statement. Sorry for the truth therein. Ms. Sexton, ask another question. And Ms. Lux, I want you to just listen to the question and answer the question. Like you're answering probably 10 questions when she's asked one. So please just answer her one question. Go ahead, Ms. Sexton.
Okay. And so, it's my understanding that I think there was concern that you did not want to participate, and forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, in the MCOT, is some sort of program through the school. Is that what you mean by therapy?
No.
What do you mean by that? What does that mean?
First of all, the school had wanted him to be in counseling. I've already told Chad he could be in counseling. It is not working out for that's between him and Chad. I've already given permission for that. As far as you're talking about the MST program that Ms. Donna's talking about, I've been more open about it. I don't think it's working. I don't think probation is working. It's not something that I wanted to do. However, I have talked to Jenna myself. She and I have talked, and all that. Furthermore, it's not the fact that I didn't really want to be in it. It's the fact that I work 2 jobs and I am always at work. So Scott does a lot of any doctor appointments and stuff. I make, and Scott takes them too. If I'm off, then I'll go. But
Okay.
if not, yes, a lot of it falls on Scott.
Okay. So the MST program and Jenna was the counselor for that. That is a program where, in order for it to work, as far as I understand, you actually all do it together as a family. Is that correct?
They would like for you to, but you do not have to as long as one parent does it, which Scott did. So it is not mandatory that you have to do both parents. Again, I didn't have the time, but I did participate whenever I could. And Jenna could attest to that, I guess.
Okay. And so then at some point somebody made a recommendation that he see a psychiatrist. Is that correct?
Yes, and that's set up.
Okay. And I think I talked to Donna Moore yesterday, and she told me you had, I think, come into the probation office and told her that had been set up. Is that correct?
I just said that, yes.
Okay. And when is that going to be? What date is that?
It is on the 15th.
Of January?
Yes.
And who is that through?
That is through his doctor wanted him to go through. Let me see. Hold on, I got it. It is what is that place called? Life Stance Health. It's
I'm sorry,
online.
I didn't hear you.
Life
What?
Stance. Life Stance.
Okay. And is that located in Austin?
This one is in Round Rock, but like I said, it's on telehealth. It's online.
Okay. And is he on any medication right now?
He's supposed to be taking Vyvanse, 20 milligrams for his ADHD, but he refuses to take it.
So is it your intent then to have him continue in any other kind of therapy?
It depends on what this doctor says. I personally think, yes, he needs more therapy. I think there's a lot more going on in Tanner than what any of us actually realize. And so, yeah.
Okay. And did Donna talk to you about the YES waiver program?
Yes, she did.
Okay. And what was your opinion of that?
I don't think it's going to work because, like I said, nothing else has.
Is that something you'd be willing to try out, though?
Nope.
And when was the last time that Tanner threatened suicide?
When the school called about this.
Okay, so that was about a month ago?
I guess. Yeah. And he doesn't mean it. He just says stuff to get under their skin because he knows how to work them. Like, you need to know my child to understand how he works. So
okay.
I think they blowed this all out of proportion. It's stupid.
Okay. And as far as, hasn't he also told Donna, hasn't he told Donna that he's thought about suicide or not living past a certain point?
I believe he's been pretty open with everybody about how he feels about that, but he tells us that he's not going to graduate school either. So I don't take anything to heart that he says as far as that goes, because he wavers out in the end. So it's not like, I don't think he really knows exactly what his path is going to be. I know that we have discussed homeschool with him just to make it a little bit easier since it's having so much problems, but we don't really know.
So does he talk to you about wanting to commit suicide or not live past a
I
certain
mean,
point?
when he gets mad, he says stuff like that, but he doesn't mean it. He just tries to get under your skin, get a rise out of you.
Okay.
So,
But do you understand why, if he's telling you that, and he's telling Donna that, and he's telling the school that, do you understand why people are concerned?
I understand they don't really know my kid. That's what I understand.
Okay. And as far as you've got two younger children, you've got, right?
It is the youngest. I
I'm
don't even know
sorry.
what you're talking about.
Okay. So we've got Kaden though too, right? Kaden is his sister, correct?
Yeah.
And does she have any mental health issues?
No, why are you asking all this? This is about not my other kids.
Is she currently in therapy?
No, why does she need therapy?
Is she currently on any kind of medication?
No, I'm sorry, Judge. This is stupid. That doesn't have
Okay,
anything
Miss
to do with.
Lux, Miss Lux, I'm being very patient, but I want you to listen to me again for the second time. She's going to ask you questions and you're going to answer them. If I don't think they're necessary, I'll ask her to move on to something else. But right now, I think this is all fair game. Go ahead, Ms. Sexton.
Thank you. Was there, the reason why I'm asking about that, is there was ever a concern with the school that I think at a certain point that she had lice and was very upsetting to her and she curled up in a ball in the gym? Do you remember anything regarding that?
I remember y'all came out and checked and didn't have anything to find out about it. And as far as that goes, I took her to the doctor and I got medicine for her hair because with hair, the regular stuff does not work. You have to have a prescription.
Okay. And then as far as, is he have any mental health issues right now?
No, Schaefer has ADHD that he sees a psychiatrist for, and he also has epilepsy that he sees a neurologist for.
Okay. And as far as, has there ever been a concern that he has visions or hallucinations?
Okay. So on that, and the school should have it too. His doctor actually wrote a note about that. And he told them not to pay attention to anything he says. That is his thoughts. That's why he was on Respidone for a while to settle him down. So, but he doesn't take that anymore, and that's already been taken care of.
Okay. And you said you had a second job, Miss Lux?
Yes.
What's your second job?
I work at, hold on just a second. I gotta make sure I tell you that name. I'm a caretaker for a gentleman for a home health company.
Okay. And when do you do that job?
On the weekends.
Like is it the entire weekend, or is it all day Saturday?
Yes.
You work 8 hours there Saturday and then you come home and then 8 hours Sunday?
Yep.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Lux, this is your opportunity to let me know anything you like as to the department's requests, which are to interview. The request was to interview all three of your kids and then to have access to mental health records. It sounds like there may only be mental health records as to. So is there anything else you'd like me to know in making a decision about whether to give them access to mental health records or to interview one or more of your children?
I don't think they need to do that because, like I said, I've already given them all the information that they need. If they need anything else, hey, go ahead and call his doctor and she can tell you all that.
Well, I don't think they can talk to her physician without y'all's permission. I think that's part of the issue, is they can't obtain records unless y'all are willing to release records.
Well, considering we're doing everything that we can for Tanner, I'm gonna say no. I mean, Scott, can I pass it to you because you know, that's
Right.
part of what you think too.
So yes, ultimately I'll decide whether or not the department has the ability to interview one or more of your children and get access to mental health records. But I'm trying to give you an opportunity to let me know, anything else you've been doing for them or anything that you don't think has been stated in your testimony that would help me make a decision today.
Like I said, I think this is more of a retaliation thing as far as the school calling in because, yeah, I'll admit it can be somewhat hard to deal with. But that doesn't have anything to do with, um, no, why they would actually call in. And the fact that he even stated that he didn't know that Tanner was actually seeing Miss Jenna. So basically that's why he called in, because he didn't think I was actually talking to somebody, which he actually was, which I've elected school knows several times. And so, yeah, I think this is more of a they want to push their weight around kind of thing.
Okay,
Because
so
we've always had problems with school. So, I mean, I'm not really surprised.
Ms. Lux, as a teacher, I guess you understand the idea of who is a mandatory reporter, correct?
I get it. I get it. I get it. But you know, the fact that it would have been different if I had not told them several times. Then, you know what I mean? Like, then I would understand a little bit more. But the fact that we're just constantly having issues with the school, it makes it seem different. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Okay. So thank you, Ms. Lux. Mr. Schaefer, good afternoon, sir. If you'll unmute yourself, let me swear you in real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You swear
Yeah.
the testimony you're going to provide in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay. So, Mr. Schaefer, you are the father of which children involved in this case?
Uh,
Okay. And so, as to the Department of Family Protective Services today is seeking to interview one or more, I believe all three of the children, as well as have access to mental health records. So, as to, I mean, do you have any thoughts on me making a decision today about what's best for him?
well, I mean, we've done everything that been asked of us. We've sat there and Donna said get therapy through Blue Bonnet with Kimberly Dragon. He done that. We went through MST. We're in the process of getting him further evaluated through other doctors, and we do every step that is asked. And as soon as that step is done, if there's other steps that need to be taken, we go and we get that done. That's why we're in the process of doing the therapy, the further evaluation through the psychologist. And I mean, we're doing what we need to do to try and figure out what's going on with him and to help him out.
Okay. Thank you. Smith section, you've heard the testimony of Ms. Lux and Mr. Schaefer's statement. Were there any other witnesses you wanted to call today?
No, sir.
Okay, Ms. Sexton, any closing statement you wish to make as to the department's request?
Your Honor, the department, we submitted our affidavit to the court. This family has a long history with the department, so I don't think it's just all the school retaliating. And part of that history has been not just concerns about, but about the other children too, which is why we would, and including relationship with, which is why we'd want to interview all three children to make sure that they're safe, that make sure that there's no mental health issues that need to be addressed. As far as I have no knowledge of any of the other two children going to any kind of mental health providers, but we definitely want to have sign a release for mental health records. I know that Ms. Fitzgerald, who is was a therapist for that the MST therapy, has submitted a discharge notice to Donna from probation. I talked to Donna today about that, but and there was some good work done there, but it's my understanding that he is a child that has a lot of needs, and he's going to be needing more help than what he's getting right now. And so we do want to be able to review those records. The goal is not to is to add to Ms. Lux's already burdensome life. I mean, she's working 2 jobs, we get that, but the department does work with juvenile probation on streamlining, and they want to make sure that based on their reading of the information, that probation is able to offer them everything that they need. I will say I am concerned that Ms. Lux is poo-pooing the yes waiver program. Donna spoke very highly of that and sent me information, and it's a way of keeping children as troubled as out of RTCs and providing a lot of support. I think that Ms. Lux is very busy, and I think that leads to minimization about what's going on with him. And we would like to just be able to look at that information and make a decision for ourselves.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sexton. Ms. Lux, is there something you'd like me to know?
Yes, first of all, as far as the past stuff, yeah, she's right. I had my ex-husband call in and all that stuff, and they came out and looked, and nothing was found or anything like that, and all that was supposed to be wiped. So the fact that she's using all that and saying long history, like, it doesn't matter what it says if it was not anything, found or whatnot. I don't think she should be able to bring it into this when it doesn't have anything to do with this. Second of all, with the whole YES program, like I've already said, he's not learning anything from probation. Yes, he did do some good work with Jenna. He did talk to Jenna, but as far as him wanting to learn coping skills and all that, even through Kimberly, he talked to Kimberly, but he didn't learn coping skills. So he's not going to want to learn this stuff from until he gets ready to. So as far as doing the YES program, to me, it feels like another hoop that is obviously proven. None of this stuff cares about. It's just putting more added stress on us. So yeah, like, I think it should be our decision, and I have not talked to Scott about that as far as the YES program, but if nothing else has worked so far with Tanner. So why do I want to keep doing stuff for probation when, number one, he gets off of probation next month? Like, there's no point. There's not. I've been adamant about I don't think probation and stuff works, period. I wanted them to send him to juvenile to where he could actually get a firsthand experience about if this is where your life is going, if you do not straighten up, kind of thing. You have to try. And he's going to have to try to change his behavior and actually take his meds, because we can't make him take his meds. So it doesn't matter how many doctors we take him to. If he can refuse not to take his meds, nothing's going to get better. So even Jenna, and she can tell you, even Jenna said, there's not a whole lot that we're going to be able to do for Tanner. As far as right now, it's going to have to come with, like, a lot of things. I'm hoping it comes with maturity, and that he's going to have to learn that he can't just mouth off and things like that, which is why I was pushing for probation. For juvenile, because I feel like that's a quicker way from hopefully him to straighten up. I feel like probation has been a waste of time, besides him checking in and passing his drug test, because he's not learning anything. I mean, it's not beneficial to him. I mean, we've had him talk to several counselors, and it's not beneficial. Like, he's not willing to learn the coping skills he needs to. So why would I want to put myself and everybody else through another program that is not going to work until T gets ready for it to work, if that makes sense? It's a waste of my time.
All right, thank you, Ms. Lux. Okay, so based upon the testimony today, the court enters the following orders. Court is going to authorize the Department of Family and Protective Services to review any and all mental health records for Ms. Lux is ordered to sign any releases of information for those. Additionally, the department has authority to speak to only one child in this case, that being the department has the opportunity to interview by January 15th, 2024 at 4 p.m. Okay, so Mr. Schaefer, Ms. Lux, let me give you this admonishment too. These are the orders of the court today. Please follow those orders. We will not be back to court unless you do not comply with the court's orders, then if you do not comply, I'm sure the department will try to set a hearing for enforcement. So again, allow the department to interview Tanner by a week from today at 4 o'clock. Additionally, please sign any and all releases necessary for them to obtain mental health records. As to the other children, the court has denied all further relief as to the other 2 children. Any questions about the court's orders?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you, everybody. You may be excused.